My teacher gave me only 1/3 of the exam and then accused me of cheating. This happened back in high school during one of our big final exams, the kind that basically determines half your grade. Everyone was nervous, including me, so I showed up early, double checked my pens, and tried to calm down. The exam was supposed to be 3 pages long, stapled together. Our teacher, who I'll call Mrs. K, though most of us privately called her Karen, was in charge of handing them out. She wasn't exactly the most organized person, but she loved to act like she was the guardian of fairness and honesty. Basically, the type who enjoyed catching students making the tiniest mistake just to feel powerful. She dropped the test on my desk, and I immediately noticed it felt thin. I flipped through it, and yeah, there was only one page. Page 1 of 3. At first, I thought maybe she was handing them out one at a time, so I waited. She moved on. No extra pages came. When she finally sat back at her desk, I raised my hand. "Excuse me, Mrs. K, I think I only got 1 page of the test." She looked up at me like I'd just confessed to a crime. "1 page? Don't be ridiculous. They're all stapled." I held mine up. "Mine isn't." That's when she narrowed her eyes and practically shouted so the whole class could hear, "Nice try." "I know what this is. You probably took the other pages to study before the exam. That's cheating, young man." The room went dead silent. Everyone turned to look at me. I was stunned. I literally hadn't even started the test yet, and somehow I was being branded a cheater. I tried to explain, but she cut me off and ordered me to grab my stuff. Then she marched me straight to the principal's office. I walked in with her trailing behind, ranting about dishonesty and academic integrity. She slapped my lonely single sheet exam on the principal's desk like it was Exhibit A. The principal, Mr. H, calmly picked it up, flipped it over, and frowned. "Where are the other pages?" he asked. "That's exactly my point," Mrs. K said, all smug. "He took them." Mr. H raised an eyebrow. "Did you actually see him take them?" "Well, no. But look, it's obvious." Mr. H didn't even let her finish. He pressed the staple mark and saw there were none. Then, just to be sure, he called another student into the office and asked to see their test. That one was properly stapled. 3 full pages. At this point, Mrs. K was starting to sweat. The principal asked her how many copies she printed. She muttered something about rushing that morning, and maybe some pages didn't get stacked right. That's when I spoke up. "Sir, I wasn't the only one. I heard someone in the back complaining their test felt thin too." So, Mr. H had the class checked, and sure enough, a few other students had incomplete exams. One kid only had page 2, another had 1 and 2, but not 3. It was a complete mess. The verdict was obvious. I hadn't cheated at all. Mrs. K had simply handed out botched exams. Mr. H looked at her and said, "You nearly punished this student for your own mistake." That's unacceptable. I was given a new, complete exam and extra time to finish it. Meanwhile, Mrs. K had to return to class and announce, in front of everyone, that it was her error, not mine. You could hear the whispers spread instantly. She tried to accuse him of cheating? And it was her fault? Her reputation as the all-knowing, always right teacher crumbled that day. For the rest of the semester, anytime she scolded someone unfairly, you could see students smirking and muttering